Yo, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to be watching and reacting to The Walking Dead Season 11, Episode 10, which is titled New Haunts. Very excited for this one. I got a feeling it's gonna probably take place before that, end scene from last episode. I doubt it's actually gonna just start off where that one left off. I feel like we're gonna have to see their integration into Commonwealth first. I hope it's not too long, though. I hope we don't go too many episodes with that whole thing. I kind of want to get to that time jump that they did and see what goes from there, but I got a feeling they're probably going to want to show us this community kind of getting to understand Commonwealth a little bit. I'm glad the Reaper's storyline is done so we can just focus on Commonwealth now and just go through that storyline, because I think that's where the season should be going. I don't know, the Reaper stuff just wasn't the most interesting stuff to me. I did like how it ended, though. I did like the whole scene there in episode 9. But yeah, let's just get right into it. If you want to see the full uncut reaction, that'll be on my Patreon, which is in the description down below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Let's do this. Wait, is this a haunted house? Yeah, because they wouldn't be like... they wouldn't be bringing RJ through a zombie-infested place. They got haunted houses in Commonwealth? That's awesome. I'm sure those aren't real walkers. I'm sure those are people dressed as walkers.
Oh man, that's enough.
Okay, man. No problem.
He seems to be friendly with them. I'm assuming he's known him for a while then. They've definitely been here at least a couple weeks. Daryl's still wearing that grungy ass clothes. He's always wearing something dirty. Of course, Carol's making cookies. It's just what she's got to do, right? That's her specialty. Day 30. Okay, so they have been there for a few weeks then. This place does seem really nice.
It takes a minute to get used to all this, you know?
Maybe we don't have to do anything to make it work.
No, there's always something you gotta do to make it work.
Yeah, well, the thing is, it works just like the real world does now. I mean, the only thing you gotta do is just your job. That's how you make it work. But they're not in charge of how the communities run in any way, which I guess will make them less stressed. I don't know, because that's got to be stressful back in Alexandria, trying to protect the walls and stuff.
Have you met Emily yet?
I've interviewed her once before the world film.
So she was like a popular person in Congress. That's interesting. I hope they do show how big this place is, because in the comics at least it was huge. It was a whole not just an Alexandria community. It was a freaking city, you know what I mean? Tens of thousands of people. I don't know if they're gonna do a good job of showing that it's that big, but because right now, if you didn't know that from the comics, this could be a different version of Commonwealth. I don't know, maybe this is a lot smaller. But if you didn't know that, I would only assume there's a couple thousand people here, maybe a couple hundred, something like that. It's interesting because when they went to Alexandria in season 5, they were weirdly getting accumulated into that new world, but it wasn't this much. You know, this is way more like, the original world.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry.
Did she just pickpocket that dude? Take his keys? Are you trying to get yourself in trouble? Because this place will put you in a jail cell. This ain't this ain't like Alexandria where you'll get away with it. You ain't getting away with it here.
I was worried about Ezekiel.
Oh, trying to look at his health records because she doesn't want to ask him.
Well, I know that he needs surgery, and I know that he's in line. How long before you get to number 147?
Too long.
How many doctors do they have here? I guess the more doctors you have, the less the wait would be.
He doesn't. No, there's likely no chance he'll get the surgery unless, by some miracle, he moves up the line.
I'm assuming money would do that.
Espinoza, Green, Quintana, Johnson, Dixon, Daniels.
I was hoping they'd put Daryl with Rosita, but I guess not.
You mind if I go with Espinoza? We'll make
Yeah.
a good team.
Could I ask for your opinion? Espinoza, Green, Dixon, Daniels.
How often have we seen Daryl and Rosita together? We actually, a little bit in season 6. Oh, shit. God damn. Let Daryl do it with his bare hands. Dude, someone better not die in these training exercises. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. I love how Daryl's doing with his bare hands. I love it. Jeez. She's gonna use the bone. That was great. Damn. Yeah, okay, good shit. Like, don't let someone die over some training exercises. Come on now.
It was good. I was right there.
I said speed and teamwork.
Yeah, I don't think Daryl ever has worked well with others, to be honest. He's more of a solo dude, so I you know.
2 at a time on my count.
This guy is gonna be such a problem. I mean, he obviously was in the comics, so I'm assuming he's gonna be just as much of a problem here. Alright, you missed the head, man. He's gonna get pissed. He'll be like, I had it, I had it, I had it.
Why did you do that?
Oh my god, here we go. Here we go.
Sorry.
They're throwing parties up there. They do not have a good living situation right now. But you know, it's better than some places they've been. They used to live in a prison, remember that?
You want to stay? Even after Alexandria's all cleaned up?
I do.
Yeah.
Oh, they're cleaning up Alexandria too?
How did you know?
My mother always taught me to be observant.
So you found a way to get outside the walls, huh?
Oh, she had to sneak out.
What do you want from me?
I assume they just let you out. I don't know. So, what kind of... Do they actually use real money? Like, I'm curious to see how the money system exactly works. Like, is it actual cash that they use? Or is it like... Do they keep do they keep it in a system somewhere? Like, I haven't seen anyone pull out any dollar bills. It's cool just seeing characters around. Why do you have to touch Daryl like that? Why? Daryl wants to punch him in the face so badly, you could tell. Oh, they love Mercer.
I just wanted to say hi. You look very handsome tonight. Super guapo.
It's not my thing.
Oh, it is. Trust me.
I hate these weekends. Kind of boring. You want to make it more interesting? Join me?
Name?
She's with me.
There's a dress code?
Oh, who fucking cares about dress code? I think dress code is the dumbest thing ever invented. As long as you got clothes on, who cares? Like,
How do you like the wine?
It's fine.
just fine.
Oh,
Lance is trying so
yeah,
hard to
we need
impress
get a
her at
meeting
every
over books about
cost.
this Alexandria affair. I have questions.
I don't see Aaron, so I'm assuming Aaron stayed at Alexandria then, maybe. Which would make sense. That's like, he's been there so long, you know?
You celebrate every holiday with such grandeur here.
Traditions provide comfort and structure in uncertain times, so yes. Treasure our holiday.
Oh, we better get a Christmas episode. We better.
What would your father say about the class they
Oh no.
display here?
Oh no. Oh no.
Well,
Asking the tough questions.
Carrie is last year's lottery winner. This is her first match.
They have a lottery?
Emily.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Miss Milton has a very strict itinerary tonight.
My father would be so proud to see
guy
what the
does not look
Commonwealth
happy.
is today. How much this place protects and cares for all its citizens.
Bullshit.
Oh shit.
This is bullshit. Do you know who I am?
Sir, this isn't the time. Please, you need to stop.
Mercer's getting his gun out. Whoa! Dude!
I was a trooper. I tried and I tried to reach you. One mistake and I lost everything.
Let's talk, just the two of us.
Don't
Just the two
lie!
of us.
This is what you care about.
You're about to get yourself killed, man. Do you really think you're gonna get what you want by doing this, though? Like, how stupid could you be? Well, now you're probably gonna go to jail for the rest of your life, dude. Daryl's chasing after him. Oh, in the haunted maze. Why do the streets look so deserted? I swear, I thought this community was supposed to be so much bigger, but it's really not. Whatever. Show's different. Version's a little different, I guess. A little smaller. Unless there's like a curfew time, maybe. I don't know. Maybe everyone's back home.
Shit, I didn't mean to. I just wanted to talk to her.
Don't do that.
I screwed up protocols. With a prisoner, I got beat up. Lost my apartment, my spending card. I have no way to help my sister or her kids.
You got a sister. That means you got family.
Yeah.
A lot of us don't get to have that anymore.
I had a feeling this kid was gonna do something.
You caught the bastard. I only did something right.
Okay, shut up.
Now you got him. Go ahead. Tell me, Mom.
Daryl doesn't care for the ego boost. He doesn't give a shit.
You think getting rid of me solves anything? There are thousands more like me. Resist the Commonwealth!
Hey, the way I see it is it's better in there than it is out there, so, like... even if I gotta live in a crummy house, isn't that better than living in a crummy house outside of the walls where there's walkers everywhere, you know? Oh, so they do use real cash, that looks like.
You can call us.
Thanks.
Yo, you gotta call her little ass kicker. Has he called her that, like, in a long time?
Hey, I got you something.
Still weird to think that she was literally a baby at one point in the show. What the hell? Oh, shit. Oh, is this that guy's place? They have a whole resist group here. They're trying to, yeah, resist them. Well, I mean, you can resist in a peaceful way, at least. Like, come on now. Why are you putting knives to people's throats? Oh, the song Eat the Rich. Yeah. I just noticed that.
You think she was kidnapped by the government or something?
Our only hope is for me to expose them myself.
Oh, shit.
Runs the city, but I know how it
I want to see what Maggie's up to, man.
I want you to be a part of it.
Okay.
And they clearly have a reason for suppressing the truth.
Damn. I really want to see what's up with Maggie at the hilltop. Okay, so this episode is basically exactly what I expected it to be. I expected it to be this kind of introduction to the Commonwealth, but I like that they skipped a couple weeks because seeing the whole process of them like just getting like introduced to it for the first time, we've already kind of seen that before with Alexandria. I know very different circumstances, but I think we kind of seen something similar to that. So I like that they skipped a couple weeks and just went to them already kind of being a part of the community, already having jobs and such. And we got to see some of the characters' lives and how their lives are going. Some of the main characters, of course, we didn't really get to see literally everyone, which I'm fine with because there's a lot of characters. It's hard to keep up with everyone. And I think the episode did exactly what it was trying to do. It introduced a couple new storylines that we're probably going to be focusing on for the next few weeks. And I think the biggest one going on, at least the one I'm very interested in, is the stuff with Carol and her trying to get Ezekiel up until higher up on the list for this medical thing. And the big theme, the big, recurring theme here for all these different storylines is the class division, which I knew they were going to do because it's the same thing they did in the comics. So it's very similar to that. And I'm glad that they're not like trying to force any like agendas in there. They're literally just talking about it as a general issue that happens in the real world. And I do like how they're focusing on it because it makes sense. If you're going to have this community that's trying to be like it was before, then it should be just like it was before in terms of the issues that come up. And that's kind of what the show is presenting here, which makes perfect sense and I understand it. And I do hope they continue with that. I do think that it makes sense why that's an issue. Like, I think I can't be like mad at the Commonwealth for that happening because I think if you introduce a system with money, it's kind of expected when you have different jobs that have different levels of importance to it. Like you're going to expect jobs like, doctors and such to be a little bit more higher value than something like baking cookies at a bakery. You know what I mean? Like it's expected, but I do hope, and I think they kind of showed that there were other ways of like, earning money. And I think they had the lottery thing, which was interesting. I didn't think they'd have a lottery. I can't remember if that was in the comics or not, but I found it to be an interesting idea, the fact that there is a lottery. And I want to see like kind of how these characters can try to, go up in terms of making money. But the thing that always happens with money is there's always going to be someone at the bottom. Like there's never going to be a system where you're going to have no one who's at the bottom just because there's really no way to do that, unfortunately, unless you, I don't really know. I don't know what the solution is to this issue, honestly. And I'm curious to see as to what solutions they can come up with to try to help certain people, because you have people who are losing their jobs over silly things, which when I was watching the episode at first, I was like, I forgot what that guy exactly did in that episode, but what I remember, he just got beaten up by Princess, right? That's all that happened. It wasn't like he did anything wrong necessarily. He was just, not properly equipped for that situation, but I don't think that's deserving of getting fired for his job, so I think that's one issue there. And I'm assuming there's other people just like him where they lost their jobs for stupid reasons or whatever it may be, and they had that little group, and we saw at the end of the episode they had that little like room or something that he had hidden in his place, and I'm assuming they had some meetings there or something. I don't know. And it would be cool to see characters continuously trying to revolt in different ways, but maybe some sort of a revolution that's like a lot bigger, like they will somehow get access to weapons and then they're trying to like actually do big harm, which again happens in the real world. We see that all the time, people doing criminal acts because they don't have money and they need to make money somehow, so they do stuff like that. And I think it's a lot different here because like, how are you gonna get away with it? I feel like everyone kind of knows each other in this community, which again, my only issue with this entire episode, I think this is the only thing I'm going to say that brings it down, and I don't know if they're going to fix this problem later on. Commonwealth does not feel nearly as big as I was hoping it was going to be, and again, this could just be whatever, this is just their version of it, that's fine, but I was under the impression it was like massive, and that's what it was in the comics. I remember it being huge, like tens of thousands of people. I think there was like something crazy, right? A lot. Here it kind of just felt like another Alexandria, honestly, like a little bit bigger, a little bit more people, and a little bit more professional and safer and everything, but it just kind of felt like another Alexandria, and that's not what it felt like in the comics. The comics, it felt like you were literally going into a city full of people. There was going to be people walking everywhere, and they had like one scene where Daryl was walking outside, and there was no one in the streets. Maybe there's a curfew, I don't know, but I still feel like it would make more sense to have people just constantly around the area because it makes it feel a little bit more lived in, a little bit more lively. And I feel like you wouldn't know everyone either. Like you'd be constantly finding new people, but in this situation, I feel like we kept seeing the same exact people again and again, which I don't think would happen if there was tens of thousands of people there. Then again, this could be like one little portion of it. Maybe there's other areas. Like I said, I'll have to wait and see, but I feel like we've only seen this little area, and I don't feel like we've seen much else of the Commonwealth yet, so it's hard for me to know. Is this bigger than it's supposed to looks like here? I don't know. That's my only issue, I think, with the whole episode. But everything else, like it did what it was supposed to do. I like the scenes with Daryl and Rosita in their training to become Commonwealth soldiers, and I'm curious to see how that leads to that situation with Maggie at the hilltop. I don't know what's going to go on there, but I hope that comes up within the next few episodes. I don't want to wait too long, hopefully, but I really liked them doing their little training exercises. I thought that was fun, and I liked seeing them take out the walkers together and showing how Daryl's obviously not very good with working with others. Clearly, we can kind of tell. You had some scenes with Judith here trying to make friends and stuff, and I thought that was nice. And I like that she's living with Daryl. I didn't know who she was going to be living with. I think she was living with Daryl in Alexandria. Was she? I don't remember, but it is cool to see her there. It makes sense why her and RJ would be with Daryl, because probably, other than Carol, probably the person she's closest. I mean, no, she's definitely closer to Daryl, like in terms of how she is now. Obviously, when she was a baby, she was probably closer to Carol, because Carol was taking care of her a lot when they were younger. When you really think about it, like she was always looking after Judith, but obviously Judith doesn't remember that. So in terms of consciously aware Judith, she's probably closer to Daryl, because Carol was at the kingdom for so long, so they didn't see each other all that often, which I guess makes sense. And other than that, there's really not much more to say about the episode. Like, they just showed a couple other characters and their jobs. You had some scenes with Ezekiel showing what he was doing with the zookeeping thing. You had Kelly and Connie and their reporter thing, and then you had Princess just talking to. I like that scene when Mercer was trying to get her into the little party place. I like the scene with the one dude trying to revolt. They were actually showing a situation where that guy was trying to revolt, and I think that was well executed. So like, this is just a very good it's a fine episode. Like, I don't think there's much wrong with it. Like I said, the only issues I really have is I just wish Commonwealth was a little bit more expansive than it seems like it is here. But I think it's just fine, honestly. I would be okay with it. I just, like I said, it just doesn't feel as separate from Alexandria because of that. But it's alright. It's not a big deal. It's not something that's ruining the episode for me. So if I'm going to give this episode a rating, I'm going to say 8.5 out of 10. I think 8.5 sounds good to me. Like, it does what it's supposed to do. It's not anything special. It's not, anything crazy. It's just kind of building up this community a little bit, and I think it did that just fine. I'm very curious to see what's going on in Alexandria and Hilltop still, because I believe there's still people there. and I want to see how that rebuilding is going, if they actually are rebuilding it, and I'm curious to see if our group actually wants to go back at some point. I don't know if they will. I'm really hoping they introduce CRM into the situation too. I want to see Commonwealth go against CRM, hopefully in the third part of this season, maybe. And that should be how the show ends, in my opinion. I think there should be some big war against CRM. I think that would be the most interesting route for them to go. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I will see you all in my next one. Peace out.